Alright, Shalom. Shalom. This is your brother Issachar coming back at you with another lesson. First and foremost, let's give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the 144,000 scattered across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you. Alright, in today's lesson, we're going to go into how Yahweh Shem Shai, he's stirring up the leaders around this world, beginning with with Putin, the Russians. Alright, because you got to remember that this nuclear war is going to be started by the Russians. It's biblical, it's prophecy, it's scriptural, So this is something that, the true teachers of Yahweh Shem Shai are here to inform you, to, let you know that this is not just something that, alright, there's just, a lot of tension and, eventually it's gonna go away. And no, it's not, it don't matter. Even like what Trump says, like, oh, he's gonna prevent World War III. He can't prevent a damn thing. Alright, because he can't save America. He can't even save himself. So this is something to, Spirit's been on me, and we'll see how else it goes. But we're gonna get this whole chapter right here, Isaiah chapter 13, verse 1 and to the 22nd verse. Okay, we're gonna get this whole chapter. Alright, but just going into World War III. Alright, those ICBMs being fired off. Alright, but the Lord is stirring up these leaders around the world. See, this is why you see escalation between China, Japan, alright, Russia. Recently, they just moved some more nuclear missiles to Venezuela, and they're saying that they might target Miami or Florida. And then I think it only takes 10 minutes. Their missiles only take 10 minutes from Venezuela to Florida. It's only 10 minutes. That's how fast their ICBMs are. Russia, 10 minutes. You imagine? And Russia has so many missiles that are advanced that the U.S. can't even detect them. So that's just pretty. When you guys hear about that, research, just that's pretty much just to let you know that Babylon's through, America's finished. That because if they got missiles that they can't even detect, Russia has nuclear submarines that the U.S. can't even detect. And imagine those missiles are so fast. Remember, like the dome. How Israel has like the dome, and then Trump wants to create like the gold dome. It's not like a literal shield, like a force field, like something like you see in Avengers. Remember before, if you guys ever seen that movie Avengers: Infinity War? Remember at the end where Captain America, like the Black Panther, they all came together to like fight against like Thanos and stuff. Remember that? But remember how they had like a shield? It's not like that. It's not like that, like like an actual shield. When they say like the dome, it's pretty much it's like trying to hit a bullet with a bullet, because they try to hit what they got is missile defense systems. So they try to fire a rocket, okay, to hit a rocket. It's like trying to hit a bullet with a bullet, But there's so many missiles out there. There's so many missiles out there. It's beyond. All right. Remember, Iran had a whole underground city of drones and stuff, So there's a lot of ICBMs out there. Isaiah chapter 13 verse 1 on down. Let's get it. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. The burden, okay, because it's a burden of Babylon, America. Okay, not ancient Babylon. All right, where Nebuchadnezzar ruled. All right, well, that's located over there in Iraq. All right, this is talking about right here America, because Babylon means babal, confusion. Because isn't America full of confusion? All right, transformers, men trying to be women, women try to be men. There's nothing but confusion here. People are like, well, what the hell's going on? People are barely waking up to the fact that these politicians are corrupt. A lot of you been knowing, but no, let me say that again. A few of you been knowing, because the masses are in complete, like denial. The masses are just listen to whatever the government got to say. You guys know what it is out there, all right? But it's something that's being manifest right now. Because confusion, because a lot, even the soldiers in the American military, they're like, what's going on? Why do we have to, back up Israel and stuff like that? Not us, the true Israelites, the small hats, okay, who are phonies. The imposters, they're fakes. All right, that live in Israel right now, and the small hats that run Hollywood, yeah, they're not the people of the Lord. All right, nope, they're Edomites. All right, they go back to the Khazars, and to go even further, their forefathers Amalek. All right, so it's a very heavy thing right now, because people are noticing like, hey, this is it's not right. What's going on? You see, it's because it's confusion. But this is because the wicked are ruling. Because they're not ruling in truth. They're ruling you by Freemasonry, witchcraft, lies. You guys know what it is now. Because they're pedophiles. It's all coming out now. Because remember, the Lord says, there's no secret thing that's gonna be uncovered. So everybody, all right. So everybody, everybody, all right. Everything on this world, whether it's righteous or wicked, the Lord's gonna expose everything. Everything's gonna be known. And that's Esau's worst nightmare, is to be found out. Because he don't care. He don't care if you call him a cracker or whatever. The only thing Esau cares about is the motherfucker better not tell on me. Excuse my Italian, but that's Esau's kryptonite, is truth. So that's why when he gets exposed, that's his worst nightmare. Yup. Verse 2, lift ye up a banner upon a high mountain. What's the banner? This word. Okay, this is why the prophets are teaching you day in, day out. Okay, what's going on? Rebuke, rebuking the false prophets, teaching you guys about the missiles, teaching you guys about the names of Yahweh Shemel Shai, to return to your heritage. This is our nationality. All right, this is our heritage. Because the Bible is about heritage and nationality. You see? And this is our book. Upon a high mountain, because this is it's a high government. Because we are the children of the Lord. Literally, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand. Yeah, so that means the Lord is commanding His prophets to go out there and not only talk to the children of Israel, but also condemn our enemies. Have them get, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. Yeah, so this is why we got to go out to the highways and byways, and tell our enemies that they're going to slavery. Shake the hand. So pretty much, get on our enemies' nerves. That way they can go tell their boss. This is what the Lord's telling us right here through Isaiah. So a lot of you say, well, you guys are hate speech, and you guys are just full of anger and all that. Hey, we're teaching you the truth. Those of you that are not angry because you're about to your heads are about to be put in guillotines. You're gonna see why the prophets are telling you what they tell you. Yes, there are a lot of false prophets out there, false teachers, but the true prophets, yeah, because they know what it is. Okay, but plus our Lord commanded us to do that. Yep. So that way, these people out here, our enemies, the heathen, and the Edomites, and even the 2/3. All right, you guys can go tell your bosses that, hey, we don't like these guys. Get them off the streets. Yeah. Well, we don't like these guys. So that's what the Lord's saying. Keep telling them until they go tell their bosses. Like same thing with Pharaoh. Moses had to go tell Pharaoh what it is. Moses, imagine. So that's what the Lord's doing. This is why, we talk directly to the elites, to the big bosses and tell them, you're going down, you're going to slavery. It don't matter what, it don't matter what they have in their minds. They're going down, they're going down. You see? Verse 3, I have commanded my sanctifying ones. There it is. See? Because the Lord commanded his prophets to do this. I have also called my mighty ones for my anger. Because it's all about, because the Lord's upset at the end of the day. The prophets are, just doing their job. The prophets are, vessels. They are the mouthpiece of the Lord. But it's the Lord's anger. Even them that rejoice in my highness. Yeah, because, starting with the 144,000 on down, and I hope I'm part of the hopeful elect, but we rejoice and the Lord, because when we hear about the Lord, we're not all like you simpletons out there, like, oh, here we go, here's another Hebrew Israelite. No, we hear the word and we rejoice, like, yeah, that's right, bring it out, because it's the truth. We truly believe in the Lord, and we're trying to, we're rehearsing the righteous acts. We're doing the best we can to, strive for the masteries, and, because we're truly trying to please the Lord. We're not just like, well, I tried, fuck it. Well, I tried and, the Lord knows my heart. Nah, hell nah. Okay, we're actually out here being diligent, hey, fighting that good fight of faith every day, baby. Every day. Every day is a fight against the, the spirit against the flesh. Verse 4, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Okay, World War III, which is happening right now. Okay, because right now this is all you're hearing. Okay, hey, World War III. Oh man, here we go. America, Venezuela. Oh, hey, oh snap. China, Russia's getting involved. Oh, what the heck's going on over there in Israel? Shoot, Iran's going at it. Russia got their back. Okay, there's things happening all around the world right now. You see, NATO is turning against America. That's Revelation chapter 17. Lord willing, I'll do another lesson on that real soon, because that's a real good chapter right there. Okay, because that's about to happen right now. That's happening right now at the beginning stages. Because not all of U.S. allies is down. And NATO is down with the U.S. A lot of them don't like the U.S. and hate the U.S. You see, and they're gonna fire their ICBMs over here as well. You gotta remember, the Lord is completely surrounding Babylon, America, completely. You see, the Lord, Yahweh Bashim El Shai, Lord of hosts. That means Lord of armies, because that's another title for the Lord. All right, the Lord has one name, but he has many titles. Ancient of Days, that's for Yahweh, the Most High. Ancient means, like before, because, ancient, when you say, hey, that looks ancient, like, damn, that's from like the ancient world, because that's like from before, like before. And days means time, because Yahweh, he's before time, he has no beginning, no end. Imagine. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. So the Lord's in control. The Lord is the one controlling these elites. He controls the Illuminati. He controls everybody. Okay, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Trump. The Lord controls everybody. The Lord mustered the host of the battle. So the Lord's the one getting this thing going. Forget the the elites and all that. You see, verse 5. They come from a far country. All right. What comes from a far country? The ICBMs, because these ICBMs are gonna come from China, but starting from Russia first, and then China, North Korea, and because there's a you even have like Arabs like Ishmael, they have ICBMs too, Iran, Elam, Elam and Ishmael, they got ICBMs too. They might not be as much or as powerful as China and Russia or America, but they got them. That's the thing. A lot of these like smaller nations, they got them. They might not have that many, but they got them. This is something. Remember, because Russia, Russia is going to, whoever they're allies with. You don't think they're gonna, kick them down with, a few missiles here and there? Shit, yeah, Yep. Yeah, remember that, So just because the TV, your television, and your fluff news say like, oh yeah, Iran don't have none, or this country don't have none, that don't mean a damn thing. No military is gonna tell you exactly what they got. There's a lot of ICBMs out there, and a lot of these smaller militaries, smaller nations, if you will, that people think, the general population thinks that, oh yeah, they don't got them. They got them. All right, they got them. They got them. All right. Big time. Verse 5. They come from a far country. The ICBMs from the end of heaven. Okay, just from like the other side of the world. Even the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and the weapons of His indignation. So this is the Lord's weapons right here. Okay, and the weapons of His indignation. So right here, number 5, brothers and sisters. Okay, number 5, verse 5. Okay, Isaiah chapter 13, verse 5. And the weapons of His indignation, because right there again, okay, it tells us, I believe, in Joel chapter 2, verse 11. Let me see real fast. Let me grab my let me see. Bear with me 1 second. I'm just gonna get to my go into my other source here and get my let's see. Bear with me. Yeah, another verse that tells us that the Lord is, those ICBMs are the Lord's army is Joel chapter 2, verse 11. Okay, Joel chapter 2, verse 11. All right, that's, that tells us that, this is, the Lord's army is very great. It's talking about the ICBMs, Yeah. And the weapons of His indignation. So indignation means righteous anger, to destroy the whole land. Right there, because America, all 5,000 square miles, all 10 FEMA regions, from the West Coast to the East Coast, is going to be completely eviscerated. It's going to be completely nuked. And we're talking overkill, It's not going to be like, so many missiles where, like, oh, it barely happened. No, it's going to be, we're talking completely overkill out here. Empty the clip, so to speak. They're extremely bad. Extremely bad. Verse 6, Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty, Yahweh. See? So Yahweh is bringing it. See? So it don't matter if people say, oh, you guys are evil, you guys are hate speech, whatever, Oh, they're gonna come after anti-Semitism. Shit, go for it. Because the faster you devils make your move, the faster the Lord's gonna lift the spiritual power. Remember that. You see? So a lot of you small hats, you think, oh, we're gonna come down on the Israelites for anti-Semitism. Shit, hurry up. Build that case. Because remember, that's when spiritual power is gonna be activated, and the angels are gonna get their green light too. Remember, as soon as you devils make your move, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is gonna make his move. See? Oh yeah. Remember that. You devils are doing all this scrambling around just to get your ass kicked. Just to get beat down, Yep. Verse 7. And those are facts, baby. Verse 7. Verse 7. Therefore shall all hands be faint. Okay? Alright, because everyone, once they hear that, oh, this is not a test, seek shelter immediately. ICBMs are on their way. people, everyone's hearts, is gonna be like, oh, here we go. Every man's heart shall melt, right? Because like when you guys hear about something tragic, people stop, like, they just pretty much, like, their heart drops, like, they're like pretty much like their soul just, like, gets taken out of them, because they're like, damn, like, there's nothing left, So once, because once the American people here in the land of America, that ICBMs are coming over here, that it's not a drill, that's it, because you guys are gonna know that it's over. You see? Remember, and the Lord's gonna do a lot of things up to that point. We're entering a time like never before. Verse 8, and they shall be afraid. All right, people in America, pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. This is what's already happening right now. Okay, even you Edomites, okay, the so-called white men. Like those of you guys who are not, you're not like multi millionaires, but like, let's say you guys have like, like maybe 1 to 2 million, and you guys are kind of like living, like pretty good, like, wealthy. Let's say you guys have a house, like $1 million house, something like that, maybe $2 million house. All right, right now you guys are, because you guys are starting to feel the cost of, the Edison bill. They're even complaining now. See, because America is not, how it used to be, because it's on its way out. So even the people here that, have, pretty good, decent money, they're even complaining. You see, because everything's just, that's all, that's all I hear. When I go around, business owners, I won't even ask them questions, but that's how much, like, they're stressed out. Because a lot of times I'll go to restaurants and just places in America, and a lot of times, like, the owners of the business, I'll just ask them, like, hey, how you doing, sir? Like, oh, have a good day. But I'm not asking about, like, business or nothing like that. But they'll just, they'll just tell me, like, hey, like, everything's expensive. It's not the same no more, And I'd even ask them that question. But that just shows you that, and it's nothing about, like, oh, like, nothing about me. But that just shows that, because the owner of these companies, that's on their mind. Because, like, they're just stressed out, They're just stressed out, like, hey, everything's too expensive. How are we going to make it, Because the people that have these businesses, they're stressed out about how we're going to keep it going, Because it's not just like, oh, yeah, hey, business is good, No, they're just concerned about shit, man. I hope we keep this going. I hope I can pay my bills. See, people are stressed out, They may be all right, but their people are worried in America, Yeah. Because I didn't even ask him that question. But what does that say right there? That these owners of these businesses, that they're stressed out. Because what's on his mind? Because he told me, oh, everything's expensive. It's not the same like it used to be. And I didn't ask him, like, hey, how's business? And I didn't say nothing like that. But he just told me that, But that just, because I don't really know the dude like that. But just a quick testimony. But he told me that. But that just shows right there that, these dudes, these owners of these businesses, they're stressed out, because, like, he just, like, opened up to me. I didn't really tell him, like, hey, like, he don't know who he might have seen me come in and out a few times to buy a few things, but that's it, I don't really know him like that. But, and that's, and that's okay, I'm not a fan or nothing. I didn't take nothing of it, but it's just to show you guys out there that, yeah, these owners of these businesses, they're stressed out. They're like, oh, how, pretty much, they're pretty much saying, they're pretty much wondering, like, how are we gonna make it? How are we gonna survive? Isaiah chapter 13, verse 8, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. That's what's happening right now. All right, and it's about to get worse and worse. Martial law. Okay, people about to get their heads put in guillotines. The draft. Okay, there's going to be a lot more plagues and pestilence coming. A lot more storms. Okay, and the spirit, there's a lot of things happening saying that, next year is going to be a very cold, it's going to be a very cold winter, there's a lot of things that, there's a spirit, 2026 is going to be, one heck of a year, See, so this is why those of you, the hopeful elect, you guys got to be, your foundation has to be firm. All right, stop worrying about everybody else. Make sure that your faith is solid, firm. That way, whatever's happening around you, you're still turning to the Lord no matter what. Okay, yeah, you're always going to have good weeks, bad weeks, but make sure that your relationship with the Lord is firm. Okay, that your faith is solid, because that is what's going to get you through these obstacles and these hurdles and through these tests. Okay, because your faith really has to be at an all-time high. All right, like Daniel, when he got thrown in the lion's den. When he got thrown in the lion's den, did he cuss out the Lord and say, "Oh Lord, I knew it. See, I served you, and this is what I get"? He wasn't talking trash. He wasn't murmuring. He was just putting this trust in the Lord. See that? That's how it is. Because if some of you, the hopeful elect, get thrown in a concentration camp, you gotta be like Daniel. You just gotta boom, start praying. Start believing in the Lord and say, well, if the Lord delivers me, beautiful, and if not, hey, this is my lot, and I'm gonna glorify the Lord to my last breath, Lord willing. That's the attitude you guys gotta have, like a soldier mind state. You guys gotta get out of that comfort zone. All right, you guys gotta get out of that comfort zone. You guys gotta be in that soldier mentality, because we're entering that time where, remember, there's gonna be no more work out here. It's not gonna be all this. All right, let me just pay bills and hang out with family and this routine. All this is about to shut down. Okay, you gotta remember that all of this is about to shut down very soon. Life as you know it is about to completely be completely different out here. All right, facts. Isaiah 13 verse 8, and they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. Right. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Because once you guys, these Americans, hear that take alert on the broadcast, that seek shelter immediately, that this is not a drill, that ICBMs are headed on their way over here, you guys are going to be amazed at one another. Like Ezekiel 33 and 33. Then in that day shall you know that a prophet has been among you. Because that day you're going to know that, hey, those prophets that were on the street corners, the righteous ones, they were right. Because they weren't speaking their own message. They're not just out here just, oh yeah, we hate white people and, forget America. No, this is prophecy. Okay, this is prophecy. All right. And, remember one thing. Remember that concept, that term white people didn't come about to 1680. All right. So remember, the so-called white people, they are the Edomites. Verse 9, behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, both wrath and fierce anger. See that? So the Lord's coming back. He's very upset. He's very upset. So you guys out there, prepare yourselves, because you guys are about to see a lot of death. All right, and before those missiles come, remember, the death angels are out here. It's going to be like Final Destination out here, big time, where you're going to see death and, cars, going through buildings. You're going to see all kinds of stuff out here. All right, because remember, the Lord is judging. We're in judgment time, and it's only going to get worse and worse. All right, remember, the Lord's going to bring the wicked to their knees, because the Lord got so many judgments coming out here. A lot of you guys, you're trying to act tough right now. But remember, the Lord is going to, all you that are prideful, that you guys mock the Lord, remember, the Lord is going to bring you to your knees. Okay, He's going to kill your family members. Okay, He's going to take out your children. He's going to break your business. He's going to break your pockets. Okay, the Lord is going to break you prideful demons. He's gonna bring you guys to your knees. Job chapter 18. All right, the Lord is going to you guys are gonna know the King of Terrors, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, yep, destruction is already prepared for you guys. So remember, day by day, it's just gonna get worse and worse out here. Yep. Remember, the Lord's coming back to put respect on His name. Okay, there's a lot of non-believers out there just talking trash, and that's fine. But remember, all right, death is coming, Yep, death is coming in a major way. See? So brace yourselves now. Isaiah chapter 13 verse 9. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger. So I thought God was all love. Okay? See, this will show you that these Christians are not telling you the truth. You know? Just like that. We don't, I'm not even going to say, hey, they're dumb and, they're, wacky tacky, because they are. But just to cut to the chase, the Christians are not giving the children of Israel the truth. They're not telling the people the truth. We'll leave it right there, okay? Because the Christians are not telling you the truth. All right? To lay the land desolate, flat. What is the ICBMs and all these civil wars that are going to be out here and everything, wars on survival. And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Uh-oh. So all you guys say, well, I don't believe in the Lord, and you guys mock the Lord, no problem. But it's death, So don't cry, when the Lord starts taking out your family members, He starts disabling you. You guys get plagued with sicknesses and illness. Remember, there's going to be a lot of plagues out here where people might be just bleeding out of their eyes, Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that can happen. The Lord, hey, He's the creator. You imagine? Imagine, the Lord's gonna do a whole lot to you wicked out here. You guys are about to be in a world of pain. This is why the hopeful elect, we fear because we believe this, So that's what, man, we don't want that to happen to us. So this is why we're begging the Lord for mercy, but we're hoping for salvation, This is why we're giving all diligence, because we hope that we're at least, we're part of the hopeful elect, at least the 1/3, because we believe in the Lord that He's going to do this, because we believe. That's the thing, I mean, yeah, we may not be perfect. We don't know if the Lord's going to save us, but we believe that the Lord's going to do this. We're not mocking and scoffing like the rest of you guys, But you mockers and scoffers, remember, you guys are about to die in a painful way. So this is why we don't even pay you no attention. Because remember, everyone out here that's not part of the hopeful elect, you're about to die. Your friends are about to die. Your family's about to die right before your eyes. You are about to die. Remember that. So, we can give a damn what you say, what type of laws these government, oh yeah, they're going to make new laws. Who gives a fuck, This place is out of here. You see, the Lord's coming. How about that law? Huh? Yeah. Verse 10. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened, and his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. Because there's going to be so much. It doesn't mean that the Lord's going to shut off the lights from the sun, the moon, and the stars. It just means because there's going to be so much death going on out here. So much burning buildings. Because remember, there's going to be a great civil war here in America. So there's going to be all types of wars. And this is why the Lord says, I come to bring fire on earth. And what will I if it really be kindled? Because, before the Lord returns, everyone's already going to be killing each other, eating each other. Like the purge, It's going to be like that out here. Literally. So when the Lord comes, remember, World War III is already going to be in effect. Okay, the RFID microchips is going to already be made mandatory. Okay, people are going to be taking each other out. This place is going to already be under martial law. That's already going to be happening. See, so it's going to be all war on all fronts. See? So there's going to be so much smoke in the sky from all these wars and ICBMs going off that you're not going to be able to see the sun, the moon, and the stars. Okay? So it doesn't mean right there, verse 10, that the Lord's going to shut it off. It just means that because there's going to be so much smoke from all those wars. Verse 11, and I will punish the world. This is the Lord speaking, okay? And I will punish the world. So not just America. The whole world, baby. The whole planet. For their evil. And I will punish the world for their evil. See? And the wicked for their iniquity. Sins. Okay? Iniquity means sins. And I will cause the arrogancy, listen up, of the proud to cease. Because the Lord hates pride. See? The Lord hates pride. The Lord is not dealing with pride. Alright? And will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Right. Because everyone who, you got a bunch of tough guys out here, You guys, you have a bunch of tough guys out here. You have people who are, proud against the Lord. You know what I'm saying? They are going to, be very, they're going to be very, very, uh, people that are full of pride, they're going to be brought low. The Lord's going to bring our enemies to their knees. Verse 12, and I will make a man more precious than fine gold. All right. So, this is going to the elect, okay? Because the wicked are going to be out here scared out of their minds. Okay, they're going to be just totally, scared out here. All right, but the elect are going to shine more and more, because the elect, although they go through trouble, through tests, they're just going to be stronger and stronger and stronger. It don't matter what's happening out there. If they don't got no money, if they don't got no job, if they're separated from their families, the elect are going to prosper, are going to be stronger and stronger in this thing. It don't matter what the wicked do. It don't matter what the wicked do. Okay? And I will make, this is the Lord speaking, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, the elect. Even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. See? So, because the elect man, it's all about because remember, the Israelite man, you guys are the prize, but right now the elect. Okay? Right. See? So a lot of people are going to be trying to cleave to a man of the Lord. Okay? Because they're going to be pretty much the only ones out here that are stable. See? Everyone else is going to be bugging out, killing each other, killing their whole families and then killing themselves, Yeah, people are going to be out here bugged out through. Look at the heathen. Just look at the heathen. They're out here working 24 hours, scrambling, trying to figure things out, sacrificing babies. They're all nervous. The left-hand side is nervous as hell. Okay, I don't care what you or your mama says. All right, very true. The wicked are nervous. This is why they're having meetings. They're hiring agents because they're desperate at this time. They're desperate. They are desperate, ladies and gentlemen. So what? Okay, they're going down. They destroyed this planet. Now they gotta pay for it. So what? Payback's a bitch, Esau. Yep. Oh yeah. See? You reap what you sow. Verse 13. Therefore I will shake the heavens. See, the Lord's gonna shake. He's gonna rock this earth, baby. And the earth shall remove out of her place, and the wrath of the Lord of hosts, in the day of his fierce anger. Right. Okay, because the Lord is gonna rock this place. Verse 14. And it shall be as a chaste roe, all right, as a sheep, that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land. Yeah, because the heathens, a lot of the heathens, Elam, the so-called Chinese, the Moabites, okay, they come to America to make money, and then they go back and they send money back to their family back home. You know what I'm saying? All right. Even people like from even Israel. Okay. Israelites from Mexico. Okay. They come to America to what? To make money, and then they go back and they retire in Mexico. They send money back home. See, like that. See, because a lot of people don't really like America. A lot of people are just here just for the money. Because they're here to make a business. They're here to make money. But they don't like it here. They're like, well, then I'm going to go retire back home, Because it's expensive here. This place is all about money, Because America's a corporation. Remember that. So people just come here to make money, It's all business, And then they go back home. See? So that's what is happening a lot right now, okay? Business, you see? All right? So people are going to flee and go back to their own land. All right. Verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. Okay. Pay attention. Isaiah chapter 13 verse 15. Everyone. So everyone except the elect. All right. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. Because you're going to die. It's that plain. Okay. A lot of you guys say, oh, that's horse shit. Well, we'll see. Elijah, oh yeah, you guys are full of shit. All right, we'll see. You know, we'll see. You know, we don't give a damn because those are just your opinions. You know, you're just emotional. You know, you see, just because you can't see it, just because you don't believe it, doesn't mean that's not going to happen. See, because your opinion, your words are not above the Creator. See? Verse 15, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Right, there it is. Okay? Man, that's a scripture right there. There it is. So verse 15, let's get that one more time. Check this out. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. So everyone who's in America is going to die except the hopeful elect. Check it out. And everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Right. Because remember how we always say, you know, whoever wants to join the so-called white man, that's fine, but you're going to die right with them. So all like you 2/3 who are sellouts, okay, remember this to you Israelites out there. Okay, let's say you joined Esau's military and you're like in the Navy, the Marines, whatever. If you believe in the Lord, repent. The Lord, He will protect you. Okay, but let's say if you're an Israelite and you're you know, and you're in the American military, but you know you don't believe in the Lord, then yeah, the Lord's gonna take you out. Okay, but like, because there could very well be members of the elect in the American military. You know, because remember, the military, you know, that's just your occupation. You know, you joined it because you wanted to, you know, better your life, and you know, just you know what it is. You know, that was just your choice. Like, you know what, I just want to go to the army to, you know, learn stuff like that. You know, see, but you believe in the Lord. The Lord will protect you. It doesn't matter if you get drafted. Like, let's say you got to go fight the war in the Middle East. The Lord and the angels will protect you if you're part of that hopeful elect. So that's just another refresher to let you know, just because you're in the American military, doesn't mean that you're automatically not part of the Lord's elect. Not at all. Okay, but those of you that are down with this thing and are behind these Edomites in the New World Order, you guys are for that. You know, you guys are sellouts. You know, you guys sell out to Satan. You guys are, you guys don't believe in the Lord. You guys are going like to follow the so-called white man. Like in that sense, yeah, then you're going to be destroyed together. See, everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. See, because by war you're going to be slain. See that? So this is why we tell you 2/3. You guys like Genesis and all that. You guys are saying now. Remember that the heathens can receive salvation, but that's because you're trying to have one foot in the earth, one foot in the truth, one foot in the world, you know. But for filthy lucre's sake, because you're trying to do it for money, you know. Sakari, Genesis, IUIC, Captain Tazariak, you guys are all doing it for the money. You guys are not sincere. See, so if you guys don't repent, the Lord's going to destroy all of you. You know, you see. Yeah. So that makes no difference to the Lord. The Lord's just going to destroy you. The Lord sees you. You know, you think that you guys can fool the Lord? You know, you guys are something else, you know? Big time. But that's all right. So that's that scripture right there, just to show you guys. Verse 16, oh, here we go. Verse Isaiah chapter 13, verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their children, remember that, your guys' children out there. You know, because a lot of you guys, you know, you guys love your children. You guys love your kids. Okay, I don't like saying that word kid, but that word kid, that means baby goat. Okay? Everything has a satanic left-hand side vibration in this world. That, you know, you say, oh, I do it for the kids. That word kid means baby goat. Okay? It's children. Okay? This is why you don't see ever the Lord talking about, you know, the young ones, you know, as kids. It's called children. Okay, they're called children. Kid, that means baby goat. See? You see what I'm saying? Just so you guys are aware out there. Alright, because like, if you ever know throughout the scriptures, it doesn't say, oh, you know, your kids. It says your children. Alright? Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Right, because the Lord's getting ready to slaughter your children as well. Remember that. It's not just you. It's your children too. Yep. So remember that. To those of you IOIC, Genesis, and all that, remember, the Lord's going to not only slay you, he's going to slay your children as well if you don't repent. But remember, the joke's on you. You know? So you want to keep clowning and messing around and talking about the apostles, you know, bearing false witness, go ahead. You know? But you got a death angel following you, you know, and your children. You know, go ahead, but remember, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. You know, that's on you. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives, their wives that they love, that they cherish. Happy wife, happy life, remember? Ravished. Okay, great. By these UN troops that are about to be released out here. There's so many sleeper cells here in America. Russians, Chinese, Koreans, soldiers. Oh yeah, super soldiers. Yep, they're gonna run through your guys' wives if you don't repent. Remember that. Oh yeah. Verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, because the Lord is stirring up the Russians against the United States, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. So America can't say, oh, you know what? Well, shit, let's just come to agreement, and you know what? We'll give you $1 trillion. Nah. Okay? Their mind is fixed on destroying America. Oh yeah, 100%, baby. Their bowls, verse 18, their bowls, the ICBMs, okay, Russia, their ICBMs, their bowls also shall dash the young man to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Right, because once these ICBMs hit, okay, their trajectory, all right, nothing is gonna survive. The nuclear fire is not gonna go around children and say, oh, hey, that's a children, let me go around. No, those nuclear ICBM missiles are gonna destroy everything in its path. Verse 19, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans' excellency. So Babylon, America, the glory of kingdoms. Okay, because America is very powerful. The beauty of the Chaldeans' excellency. You know, Illuminati, you know, Skull and Bones, whatever. Okay, this is their excellency, America, because this is their cash cow. This is where they push NFL, their sorcery. Okay, you guys are hearing about what these celebrities gotta do. Okay, you guys are you guys are hearing. All right, you guys are hearing that, you know, these even these athletes have to sell out. You know, a lot of them like sacrifice like a family member or stuff like that. You know, see, so that's what this place truly promotes, is Satanism. You know, see. And the Chaldeans' excellency, talking about America, shall be as when the Most High Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Right. Okay. Sodom and Gomorrah. And right there, yeah, you guys just remember what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, remember Lot's wife. The Lord turned her into a pillar of salt. She's still out there till this day. Okay, Lot's wife is still out there to this day. You know, and these 2/3 are still messing around. You know, this world thinks, oh yeah, you know, the Lord don't exist. Lot's wife is still out there till this day. She's still out there. She's still out there. Huh? And these clowns are out here like, oh, the Lord, there's no God. Shit, you know. But that's just to let you know you know, people are simple, you know, because she's still out there to this day, to this day. All right, so the same thing like Sodom and Gomorrah, how nothing can like grow there. All right, it's a wasteland. Same thing that's gonna happen to America. It's gonna be a barren wasteland. Verse 20, it shall never, oh, check this out. This is it right here. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, because no one's ever going to live here again in America. This is it. Neither shall Arabian pitch tent there. Right, Arabian, you know, the heathen, because the heathen come over here to make money, right? You know, the East Indians, Elam, they own the 7-Elevens. You guys know what I'm talking about, you know? Hey, ain't that a trip about the East Indians? You know, you guys ever notice out there? the East Indians that own these 7-Elevens, like, yeah, you may see them in the 7-Elevens, but it's like, hey, but where the hell do these dudes live? You know, because you know, in these neighborhoods, you never see these East Indians in your neighborhoods, right? Ain't that a trip? You know, you guys ever notice that? I'm just just throwing it out there, because when you see like these 7-Elevens, you always see Elam, the so-called East Indians in there, but you never see them in these neighborhoods. It's like, hey, where do these dudes live? It's a trip. Anyway, because the heathens, they come here, like the so-called Chinese, the Moabites, they own like the swap meets and stuff like that, and like the furniture stores, and you know what it is, See, because the heathens, they come over here to make money, they make their little businesses here and stuff, Neither shall the shepherds make their fold there, because yeah, the heathens are not going to come over here no more after the ICBMs hit, to let you know that that the Phoenix and all that, the New World Order, they're gonna rebuild and all that. That's all trash. It's all trash. It's all trash. Okay, it's not gonna happen. It's not. All right, the heathens are gonna rebuild, but they're gonna rebuild our kingdom, and they're gonna be our slaves, just like that. I don't give a damn what the left-hand side has to say. Give a damn what they say. See, verse 21. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there. Wild beasts, like lizards, okay, stuff like that, lizards, snakes, then like vultures, stuff like that. That's the only thing that's gonna be here. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, see, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. Verse 22. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant places. And her time, check it out, and her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. Okay, so America's time is near, because we're at the end. All right, and her days shall not be prolonged. So let's go to that. Let's go to the definition, prolonged. Let's see what this says. Okay, all right, because America shall not be prolonged, right? Right. So let's see. Let's go and see what that word prolonged means. Right here. Here are some. Okay, prolong. Here are some definitions right here. Extend, lengthen. Okay, right here. Keep up, continue, carry on. Okay, keep something going. So America's not gonna prolong, America's not gonna carry on. It's not gonna right here. The next word, continue. America's not gonna continue. This is it. Keep up. Okay. Keep something going. That's what prolong means. Sustain. Because that's it. Okay? That's it. So that's what prolong means. Because America is finished. America is finished. That's it on today's lesson. Akima Akwath. Alright. Stay strong. Stay strong. Keeping these prophecies, okay? Keep believing the word. It doesn't matter the flavor of the week. It doesn't matter, what you it doesn't matter what you go through. All right, believe in the Lord, and remember, prophecy is gonna fulfill. You see? So with that, that's it on today's lesson. I want to give all praises, all honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Akwakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the 144,000 scattered across the four corners of the earth. And as we always say, Shalom. Till next time, on your feet, soldier. Shalom.